Hi guys, my name is Sasha and today my shoulders are naked, which means we are gonna talk about naughty topics. And today, we're talking about monogamy. So since I'm in a relationship myself, I decided to research more about monogamy and polygamy and see what is better for who. And so I decided to make two videos, one about the advantages of monogamy, which is going to be today, and the advantages of polygamy, which is going to be next week. So let's start with religion. I'm not really going to go too deep into this, but at the moment the majority of people worldwide are religious, most of them practicing popular religions such as Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and so on, all of which promote monogamy. Generally speaking, if you are a religious person and if you're not monogamous, most of the time you're not welcome in these sort of communities because this is what is being promoted as part of the religion. Now let's talk about the family itself. Now it's very interesting because if you are living as a couple, that's totally fine. Once you start bringing kids into this equation though, things become a lot more complicated. Being in a polygamous relationship can require a lot of work because while you're in a relationship with someone else, you're still sleeping around with other people. What this means is that you have a lot less time to devote to your spouse or your husband and to your kids. And so as a result, it's no good when mom is sitting with kids and spending time with kids, educating kids, and dad is just going around sleeping with other women. This can work the other way around, of course. This creates lower emotional bonding to the parents from the kids' side because parents are spending less time with them. They're spreading their love between other men and women as well as their mommy or daddy, which can definitely cause a lot of distress in the family itself and can be a very big reason for mental health issues in kids. Now let's talk about the relationship itself, and I think this is where the biggest focus should be because ultimately it is about how people feel in a monogamous relationship. The biggest point here is jealousy, and it is a problem for a lot of people. I think you're very lucky if you're one of those a couple of percent who don't have the jealousy gene. However, most of the people do, and it is very difficult to imagine their partner sleeping around with other people. First of all, it makes you feel a lot more miserable. It makes you feel as if you're not enough, and you see this all the time. People say that all the time when their partner has cheated on them or when they know their partner is sleeping around with other people. Personally, in the gay community, I know quite a lot of people who feel that way. Another thing are the STIs, and I know from my personal experience being in a monogamous relationship myself that it is a much less of a concern when you are sleeping only with one person. I think it's quite a norm for gay people to have an STI screen check every 3 months or so, which, you know, usually you have to book half a day or even a day for, especially in England where, you know, there isn't really a great system for walk-in appointments. It takes time and it also acts as an inconvenience, whereas if you're only sleeping with one person, you don't really have to worry about that. The other thing that I've personally experienced in my relationship is that sex gets better as the relationship goes on. I think within the first 6 months or a year, it can feel like it's getting boring and monotonous and it's not really worth doing and you just become lazy. But I think if you fight that, with time, your partner and you learn a lot more about each other in bed, to the point where you can navigate each other's bodies without even looking, and it's a great thing. I know a lot of people associate monogamous relationships with lack of freedom. However, in my personal opinion, I believe that it's actually the opposite. You know, the fact that you don't have to impress anyone. If you've been in a relationship long enough, after 6 months or a year or so, you don't have to impress someone all the time. You don't have to wear makeup all the time. You don't have to dress up for them all the time. They know what you look like at 7 a.m. in the morning, and trust me, it's not a good view for most people. But they still appreciate you and love you the way you are, which is the best thing. Which means you're free from putting the makeup on, dressing up all the time to try and impress someone, because you already have a person who loves you for who you are, and that is a beautiful thing. Finally, trust. And this is something that I know quite a lot of people are not gonna agree with me on, but I think when you have that one person next to you for quite a while, for a lot of people their partner is the only person they can truly trust, that they truly know that they're gonna be with them no matter what. I know obviously family comes into that equation very often as well. With your parents, for example, always, trusting you, and, you can always rely on them. But because of the age difference and, that lack of understanding that comes with it, people tend to trust their partner more than their actual parents. I'll give you a quick example. For example, when I came out as gay to my parents, it was a big concern for them. They didn't understand me, and there wasn't really anyone who would support me and stand up for me, even though technically that's what your parents should do. Unfortunately, because my parents were in a more traditional environment, that really wasn't something that I got from them. And my boyfriend is the only person who has understood me over time, who has supported me over time. So that's why I believe the trust bit is the biggest one, which sometimes is difficult to get with polygamous relationships. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you really liked this video. I hope it was informative. I'm really all over the place today, so sorry if the video is a bit of a mess. But next week I'll be talking about polygamy, and I'll be talking about why it's good to have multiple partners, or perhaps have one partner and still have an open relationship. So definitely stay tuned for that, subscribe for that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.